There aren't many events on the horizon, but there are some Magic Online PTQs during Christmas. Innistrad Sealed is just like other limited formats. You have to build your deck with a plan in mind. Are you an aggro deck or a control deck? You don't want to put Brainweevil in your aggressive deck, but it's a fine card in a control deck. You have to be considering this during the games and during sideboarding. Sometimes I build my deck wrong, or sometimes my deck isn't favored in the matchup, so I try to be ready for those times. If you need to swap a color, be ready with those cards sleeved and know exactly what you should be taking out. Say you're a solid but unspectacular green-white deck. You've got some tricks and a couple bomb-level cards like Mayor of Averbrook and Mikaeus. You got rolled game 1 by a black-red deck that chose to draw first. He won after showing you 7 removal spells and an Olivia. You're getting ready to complain to your friends about how insane your opponent's deck was because you're so sure you won't win. What about siding into blue-black instead? Your back from the brink, while slow, is actually awesome against this deck. You even have an Nephalia Drawnir to fuel it or be a win condition that he can't deadweight. Your Dissipate and Lost in the Mist are looking pretty good against his Olivia too. Your deck is going to be slow and clunky, but so what? He's not putting any pressure on you, and now the tables have turned. In another scenario, your 2 Abyssinian Priests were pretty terrible last game against his all-human deck. Maybe since the Priests were a big factor in you playing white and now they're basically useless, you should consider switching colors. It's things like these that allow clever players to cruise through the Swiss portion of limited PTQs. Don't be lazy and refuse to sideboard just because it's a lot of work. If you came to win, put in some effort. Another huge mistake I've seen people make this season more than most is splashing way more cards and more often than they normally would. Things like Travel Preparations and Forbidden Alchemy really want you to be able to flash them back. Once you go down that road, you start splashing your Bonds of Faith and Deadweights. If your deck is awesome, don't bother. Why give yourself consistency issues? Your power level might go up a little bit, but at what cost? Players manage to avoid splashing in draft, but somehow can't get away from doing it in sealed. One example I saw was Drew Levin's 4-color Beast. He was playing green with Kindercatch, Moldgraph Monstrosity, 2 Caravan Vigils, and some filler green guys. The rest of his deck had good blue, black, and red cards with more good cards of those colors in his sideboard. He was playing green just to fix his mana. Why not just play blue, black, red and leave the triple green animals in your sideboard? His green cards weren't even good. All I'm asking is that you take some time to consider the risk-reward of any bold decision you make. As my hero Adam Prozac would say, don't focus too much on whether you win or lose, just concentrate on making good decisions the entire time, and the rest will follow.